Nothing feels real anymore. The world itself is not real. The average person is 0.05% microplastics, or a credit card's worth. This is because of the microplastics that we both consume and touch every single day. The wool and the linen of old are replaced by acrylic and polyester, which are also plastics, which are not real in a natural world. The food has a careful, strategic label to hide the fact that cheap substitutes for ingredients have replaced the real thing. Things like chocolate-flavored candy are not chocolate, and frozen dairy product is not ice cream. The homes are not real. Particle board, poor insulation, and quick and cheap building shortcuts create the perfect symbol of this era. One that looks nice enough on the outside if you ignore the details, but whose foundations crumble if you look too closely. The education for the masses is also not real. I spent more time practicing in elementary school how to bubble in my scantrons perfectly for my standardized testing than I did learning how to write in cursive. Curiosity is also highly discouraged. After all, no child may be left behind to explore the world around him. It's easier if you are distracted for us to bludgeon it. The jobs are also not real. John Keynes predicted that the world would work less in the future by the end of the 1900s, thanks to innovation. He could not, however, predict the false scarcity that is created by consumerism and how we are working harder than ever just to keep that system afloat, to buy more things we don't need, while we barely survive. Trickle-down economics is a quaint thought, but it is also not real, and it's never worked. We work for the sake of it, despite having the means to distribute resources fairly, because the fat cats demand more. The jobs themselves are pointless too, especially if you are a white-collar office worker. The memories of today's children are also not real. They are highly simulated and curated, orchestrated by whatever teacher and parent and whatever ideas come up on Pinterest. The teachers instruct students on cheering and school spirit for their pep rallies, offering a false sense of pride for something that the kids have no connection with. It's like cosplaying some imagined Americana ideal for what things should be based on nostalgia and movies like The Breakfast Club. It's all acting. It's not real. The money that we spend the better half of our lives pursuing is also not real, and neither is the economy. Never mind the unsettling fact that money is just a digital stand-in and that you never fully get to see or hold the pay that you've earned, as it is directly deposited into a non-real digital bucket where it can then be siphoned out by bills and debt collectors and any third-rate hacker. But money itself is not real. It's a derivative. It's a physical representation of energy expended in labor. Money itself has no value. It's a go-between to help us barter for things that we want. It needs a standard. Previously, it was the gold standard. We were taken off of that. And now we are on a fiat standard, which, if you don't know what that means, basically is a way of saying we all agree to the same bullshit that this money is worth something. And this can change at any point in time. The myths in your holy books are also not real. They have been added, redacted, bastardized, changed, and some parts hidden from the public entirely. Ask yourself this: why would an all-knowing, all-powerful God have such a flimsy and contradictory written infrastructure on how to best serve and worship him? Why would God also have a chosen people? And why would he also have a correct faith and many incorrect faiths, even though a lot of them teach the same things? The answer, in part, is that the Romans needed a political tool. And so they created this faith base off of a real person with a bunch of myths taken from the pagans. They rebranded things into something that would serve as a powerful tool for persuasion and population control. The intelligence of our time is not real either. Hubris, of course, is alive and well. Arrogance is not in short supply in today's era. But it is hubris that has created artificial intelligence, AI. But that is not the same thing as being a learned, educated, well-read, intelligent person. Understanding something new, or even curiosity itself, have all but been snuffed out, replaced by bored Google searches and even lazier ChatGPT prompts. And finally, the people of the modern day are not real either. Friendships are more brittle than the pine needles found on the ground just before the first frost of winter. Vulnerability and emotional intimacy are strange to the modern person. Everyone is so cool and kosher that we lose out on the warmth and the meaningful connection of what it really is to have a friend, because nobody wants to get hurt or take any risks. And why would you want to? Why would you want to make new friends or date someone new and really invest into that person as an individual, when if things don't go well the first time, you can just swipe and go on to the next one? Our politics are like the deleted scenes from Mike Judge's Idiocracy. Our news is owned by people that are so desperate to keep us under their influence, and they've got plenty of idiots and online bots posting their propaganda to do it. Perfect to gaslight you right back into place if you ever ask too many questions or think about stepping out of line. To find out what is real, you must first untether from everything and sit in silence, preferably in nature, and take account for what is undeniable. Firstly is the fact that you are alive and you are experiencing this life, which is a miracle in itself. Secondly, you can believe and trust in what is tangible all around you: the trees, the breeze, the plants on the vine. Everything else, everything that is man-made, sold, or taught, must be re-examined through eyes that are cautious and not gullible. Separating the real from the unreal is not only a good mental exercise, it is a necessity to fighting off the vertigo that we feel in this current realm of delusion. The world we live in may not be totally real, but our history is. And hopefully, our futures will be as well. I hope you give this some thought. Thank you for your time. I'll talk to you later.